Hi. I am. This is something that I have wanted to do for a very long time, and I'm finally doing it. I've been wanting to start recording videos, talked videos, to share with you. And I just found this way to be the quickest way to get it out. I just feel that we have these times are very important, and I'm just gonna try to speak freely. There's nothing more to do than to just share, and just for me it's going to be about being as sincere as I can towards myself and towards you, to see if I can do some difference and help you out, help me out, help everyone out with what I have come to realize through my own life. Because I actually believe that the life we have is our book, and it comes unwritten, and we are the ones that have to write in it. And we cannot be ashamed of that, because either way we wrote it, and we can only reverse it if we don't like it, writing more in it and sharing our story with others is the gift. So somehow I'm going to try to share this. I'm going to try to share who I am in a more personal way, and do something with it, whatever the universe intends to go with this, because I'm not sure. I have no idea what the universe wants. I just know that there's a lot happening, and it's a choice, it's a gift, it's an offering from the universe towards us, to take it or not, to believe in it or not. Nothing is wrong, nothing is right. It's just an individual choice in where you choose to have your reality. And this has become very, very clear to me in my reality. And what I would like to do to you, for you, is to show you how I did it, to show you how I came to commune with the universe at the extent that everything began to show itself and talk to me and show me that I was making a huge difference, and why. I am not the kind of person that just believes in stuff just because I have to see it. I have to know why. And this also became very clear to me, that the why is very important, that I needed a foundation to stand upon, which had clear signs and a math that I could follow, that I could understand, that I could do something with, to believe in it, because my life has been about not believing in myself. Very, very deeply not myself, like total shutdown of myself, and the way back towards that. And that is why I found that I needed to have foundation. I needed to know how and why. And I found it. I found it, and even if I still struggle daily with it, because this is something you never rest from. To heal is something unimaginable, because you never heal the same way, because no one is the same, even if we are. And that's the beauty of duality, that we are so different but we are equal. And yeah, just I just want to share my path with you. And I'm at this moment in my life where nothing matters. And I am all about matter. I am all about that everything should matter. And it's not necessarily that it does matter, but it can matter. And it's a choice we have to choose if things matter or if they don't. And I chose for everything to matter, and this is why when everything matters, everything has a purpose and everything is equal. Which is why I found out that for me, every reality matters. Every reality has its validity. Every reality has to be seen, even if we are to accept it or not. Before it's seen, we cannot say no, or at least I cannot say no to that. And it just opened up a world I could never had imagined, with spirits and plants and feeling chosen and seen and loved beyond anything I could ever imagine, but not in 3D, not in this world, but in the spirit world, where everything was rejoicing to see me be there and understand it, or as I say, understand it. Even if some people don't like that phrasing, I do, because it has meaning for me. It's about inner standing. It comes from within. And yeah, so I just intend to share that. And as I'm currently experiencing nothingness, which doesn't resonate with me, but I'm in it to see it and explore it. And nothingness for me equals nothing. And I just lost my children, basically, and I'm about to lose my home. And it's okay, because I'm in nothingness, right? So nothing matters. This is what I'm exploring right now, because I've been told that it's part of the reality, nothingness. Even if for me, I come from everything. I am in everything. I am in everything that I see. And I am the we are, and the we are is the I am. So I am you, because I'm not, because I give you respect, because I give you your space, your place, your own story. And it's not that I give it, it's just that I allow it to be so. I'm not doing anything more than just allowing everything to have its place in the universe, in my universe, in your universe, in all universes. You matter, I matter, everyone matters. So nothingness feels like an audacity for me, because really, like, it's no relief for me knowing that nothing is, at least not now. And I'm doing this experiment of experiencing nothingness right now, because I never have been in a more difficult position in my life, and I actually never gave so much in my life as I have today. And it's given my children back their father, who was a beater at one point, but not necessarily a bad human being, just a very sad human being who had forgotten of who he was and the love within himself. And I saw this in him. I could feel him. I could see in his eyes the sadness of not knowing who he was. So I took my children and we hid, so that he could heal and introspect his own doings. Society did not help us one bit. They actually just let him go and stuff like that. But now I'm seeing that it was just meant to be like that. He was not meant to go to jail or anything, because he has actually stepped up and taken responsibility for his actions in his own way. And that is all I can care for, that my children have their father back. And now that I don't have a home soon, maybe my children will be safe somehow, because they really care for, he really cares for their children. Excuse me, I'm just gonna take away the music. So sorry. Yeah, so these are sacrifices that I've done consciously, so that things would change, and I've done them with the help of spirit, plant spirit and spirit in a whole. This have been my guidance, and I have a lot of support to do this work. And I am no one here, but that is not what I'm told in the spirit world, and I struggle with that too, you know. It's not, I don't even care about that part, actually. It's not that, that is not what matters. What matters is the results. Not having a father that beats my children is what matters today. And where I go, it's okay, you know. It's okay. But what I'm saying to nothingness is that I'm doing this because I kind of want to prove myself that nothingness is what I think it is. And to say that nothingness is takes away the effort we have worked through. It just doesn't seem for me the relief that people speak of when they awaken to nothingness. All is good does not create effort. It does not. All is good is not to stand still. All is good is to make that all is good on earth. Materialize it. That is the all is good that we are receiving today when we awaken. It's not about saying all is good and all is that and that is it. No, not at all. Not at all. Because I would never take away someone's tears, time, in pain, in happiness, every effort made from that human being and soul and living entity. Who am I to say to that person all is good or that is nothing? It's like it doesn't add up in my world, and I'm more than happy to receive input on the all is good and the nothingness that I'm speaking of, because tell me right now that all is good. You know, I know there is a all is good beneath it. But we are here in our bodies, and we see with our eyes, and our eyes connect to our hearts, and we see that, and we say all is good to people that are hurting, that are in pain, that don't have food, that don't have shelter, and we have the audacity to say to those human beings that all is good and that my reality is more valid than yours. How is that good? How is that possible to say? How do we not see that that statement creates separation, and separation is the ego? How can we say to one another that all is good? I'm really trying to understand this because I'm in it right now. This is why I've chosen to experience this state right now and just give myself like everything is good, like nothing needs to be done. I'm losing my house. My daughter is the last one of my children that I have with me right now. And on Tuesday, if they cut my electricity, I will not be a fit mother to her either. And she has a couple of months left to go to school so she can do her part in school so that she can begin another school later. She has to get her grades and all of that, which society is telling her, and she wants it. And I am no one to say to her no, because if she chooses it, knowing that there are other realities, it doesn't matter what I want. It doesn't matter what I feel is good for her. I can only give her my opinion and my gift of seeing something from a different perspective. If she says to me, I want to go to school and I want my grades, I have to support that because she is a separate human being and I need to respect her and her wishes. She is a soul, and her soul is asking me to help her to experience stuff which she is choosing. So this is really making it difficult for me because I see that I am not stepping up and being able to give her that. But I actually cannot do much more anymore. And so I'm in this state of nothingness where I feel like I'm just I don't know. I'm just doing my thing. I'm just doing everything that I feel is coming into my reality. But it's difficult, you know, because I'm experiencing nothingness, and nothingness and all is good means that I should not do anymore. But here I am doing this video because that's my guidance, and it's just, it's hard for me to explain. I'm not trying to be a martyr or anything like that. It's just, I'm just experimenting because I'm seeing what is happening, and I actually don't believe that this is cool. You know, I tried to protect my children, that was all, and I'm still in a situation where everything is telling me that I was the one who did wrong. I am the one without a home. I am the one soon without my children. And he is not, even if he has stepped up to the plate, the father, he hasn't said anything about it. He's just taking them in. And I am finding myself to be okay with that. I'm finding myself to be accepting how he's handling it, but it's still difficult for me, and yeah, I'm trying to be all spiritual and shit and understanding about it, or understanding about it, both maybe, but I'm realizing that I also have a body, I also have a life, I also matter somehow, and that all of this just means that I didn't take care of myself, and that's the big unveiling of all of this. I didn't take care of myself, and no one can do it for me but me. And I'm experiencing this because I didn't do it. I did it from outside. I saw myself in others by not seeing myself in others and stuff like that. But this is actually about me, and it's difficult. It's hard because in this place I am as newborn as anyone else, and I don't know anything. And it scares me. Yeah. So what I really think this period, this time in our lives, in our collective lives, is about being vulnerable, because that is what we need to do. Because if we open up and realize that our lives are gifts to each other, and we can share them, and we actually share what's difficult and not what's easy, maybe we can see each other more. Maybe we can begin to feel less strange and separate from each other, seeing that we are not that different, and that this whole thing is about self-importance, either as a victim or a perpetrator or something in between. Everything we're dealing with is about being special, being someone, and not trusting in ourselves by being ourselves, but trying to build up this fake thing that we think is ourselves, but if you look at it really closely, even that thing, which is, I guess, our ego, is just trying its best to its ability to do something with what it has. And it actually has nothing without us. Because the ego, on some level, is an entity, and the entity needs our life force, not the other way around. And it creates this illusion, the only illusion we actually are going through, that we need it, which is like society, that we need society to make it. In our actuality, a society that needs us to make it, because it creates society upon our energy and not the other way around. And same goes with how it works within us. It's the entity that needs us. It feeds us an idea, and we give it energy or not. And then comes the soul and gives us an idea, and we give it energy or not. And that is how we create ourselves, and that is how we create society. And we are actually in a time and place where, at least in my experience and what I can see, where nothing is going anywhere. Nothing is gonna leave. We actually are being asked to learn to cooperate with all kinds of energies, human beings, everything. And we're still talking about eliminating, leaving behind, and like being dirty and cleaning ourselves and purifying and all of that bullshit, which is actually hurting our ego. If you look at it, if you look at the ego as a separate entity and see it as a wounded child or something, you can see this. You can see how you cannot tell it that you need to purify yourself from it, or you need to leave it behind. Would you really? If it's your kid, and you have given it energy, and you have made it grown, and you are the responsible one for it, would you really say that to it? Where is the responsibility in our creation? It's us. It's our creation. Even if it's not us, it is us, because we gave it energy, we gave it food, we have nurtured it in one way or another, as big as it is, thanks to us. It cannot do anything without us. And yes, it has played upon our ignorance, but once we have the tools to see it, it's just the mirror is ourselves only in all. Yet we speak of nothingness, and we speak of all is good. It just doesn't go. It doesn't go hand in hand. It doesn't resonate. I don't know. You tell me. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, with this virus, my suggestion is to really take responsibility for it through stepping up and doing what we know we need to do. Either see ourselves or in others, which is also ourselves. Like, enough with the detours. We know if we have been all about the self or not. But if we have been all about the self, look at it so it's not about an egoic self. You know? Because we're everywhere. we are in others, and we are in ourselves. But this time the ego needs to be our friend. It's waiting to be whole, to heal. It's not going to heal by you putting it somewhere and locking the door. Imagine that. I mean, everything in this world is here to be seen. That is the only purpose anything that is here it has, to be seen, at least to be seen. And then we can say, yeah, that doesn't work for me, thank you, but no. Because then if someone asks us why, we can explain it. If it wasn't for us, we can say why, and we can do it in a way where it feels good because we know why. We have a foundation, we have something to stand upon. It's not matrix, it's not just creation without a consciousness, it's not creation without knowing why. It's not, it's something else. And I believe that this is what we need to do right now, is to really look at it and acknowledge it for what it is, and and help this virus to see itself, and so it doesn't harm us, and believe so hard in another world, but not just believing in it just because we want something else, but working for it by taking responsibility for what we can, working for it to really unite together, and this energy in between is the worst, I would say. This one that is not, because I think polarities is the thing right now. Polarities and extremes are just, they are seen, either way you see polarities. You see the really dark, you see the really light, or you see the depth is seen, is felt, either way. But in between, that's where the danger is, because you're in a flat line, you're in a state of zero, like nothing moves, nothing happens. You're not good, you're not bad, you're just in between, like it's stuck there. It's like, take responsibility for where you are. I'm not saying to you, I don't know if I'm speaking to the ones that are actually in that space, so I'm sorry if you're feeling attacked by me, but it's not that. I'm just talking freely, but just like take sides and take a part, take your part, see where you are through your actions, through the alignment of your thoughts and your actions and how you do it, because somehow where you are, it, and we just need to look at it and be bold. Anyone is allowed to have redemption. Everyone is allowed to be forgiven. Everyone is allowed to a new start. And every saint can also be as corrupted as any not saint, So yeah, I don't know. This is what I wanted to share, and it was my first attempt, so don't hate it or hate it. I don't know. Yeah, it hasn't been easy, but I'm very grateful that whoever listens to this listens, and I'm hoping it to be more fluid next time, and I'm going to try to make it more topic-ish next time. I think it's just that this was my first time, and I'm having a really rough period in my life, and it's like venting a bit, I guess, but at the same time just sharing this, which I'm seeing is very important for now, and anyone is invited to disagree or agree. That is not why I'm doing this. I'm just doing this to share my perspective and give another tool to either use or not use. And anything we are given, anything we have in our toolbox is for us to use or not, but at the same time, when we do or we don't, then that is up to us, and we face the consequences of not doing or doing, because I believe at least that everything in our toolbox is to be used in one way or another. I use anything in my experience as a teacher, and I love it because I learn a lot by not rejecting. I always look at what I am given or gifted, and I look at it as it would be any experience or any gift. It doesn't, I don't care which facade it comes through or anything like that, and it just gives me a lot to work with, which I believe we are fully capable of. So yeah, that's it. And thank you so much for listening, and so yeah, thank you. Bye.